should be live. Hopefully it's coming through. This is the Tubadylan program. We have a viewer. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the channel. 2 viewers going. Can't even hang on to one viewer. It's okay though. I never get the mix right with the music. It's usually too much music, so I bring it down like that. We'll see how that goes. So I could hit that. It shouldn't mute it. And hit this. And I'll hear that. But I won't hear the Sony unless I hit that. And then I'll hear that to know it's me. But if I hit that, the music is going to restart with something else. That's weird. It's like a static. Static going out. That's all it really is. Static. Huh. Let's switch that out. Let's go with something a little more upbeat now. I think we should. Maybe, yeah. Soft house. We're switching this up. All right, welcome to the Tubadylan Show. This is our show. We're so jazzed up for today's show. We're going to have on so many guests. Believe it or not, today we have the most amazing actor in Hollywood. You've probably heard of him. He hasn't been that busy lately, and he agreed to come on the show. So we're going to have Johnny Depp live right here in just a few minutes. Believe it or not, exclusive interview. He's coming in here to my studio and he plans on playing the tuba for all of you. For reals. I'm absolutely not kidding at all. So stay tuned. If you're watching, this is an amazing moment in tuba television. Most people think that Johnny Depp is just an actor. Most people think he just plays guitar on the side. But really, he's an avid collector of quality tubas, and he plays quite well. So we're going to be having him on very shortly here. But before we have Johnny Depp, we have an extra special guest. It's the first time we've ever had a female here on the Tubadylan Show, Miss Amber Heard. Apparently, she knows him and they're involved in some sort of celebrity feud right now. I don't know anything about it, but we're going to ask her about it first after she plays the euphonium for all of you. This is just so exciting that she's going to be here and she's going to show that her euphonium playing is second to none. Some of the greatest in the world, some of the best you've ever heard, especially as an exclusive here on YouTube. Unbelievable. We are so excited here. So just stay tuned. I'm going to cut to Miss Heard right now and we're going to ask her a couple of questions. So Let me just cut to her camera here. Okay, Miss Heard, we have you. We see you there. Oh, I think she's asleep. Miss Heard, can you hear me in there? Do you have your headphones on? She doesn't have her headphones on. All right. All right, back to me. Here we are. Unfortunately, I promised too much. We can't wake her up at this point in time. I thought that she was going to be ready for the interview. We knew she had a long day today, but we know that she relaxes when she gets to play and talk about euphonium. And we were hoping to have her on, and Johnny Depp would have come later as a separate interview because the two of them don't want to chat. I talked to both of them, they don't want to chat. But one real important way they get together that never came out in the trial is their brass playing. Her euphonium playing and how it complements his orchestral and jazz tuba playing. People don't know, but Johnny Depp plays tuba almost as well as some of the great Hollywood players that he is best friends with, like Jim Self, Doug Tornquist, John Van Houten. Oftentimes when you see those names written in studio orchestras, those are hidden names for Johnny Depp, who likes to play tuba on his own movie. Even if you look at that famous picture from Planet of the Apes, the modern one that Johnny Depp also wasn't in, one of the tuba players in that has an ape mask. And you really don't know, but it's Johnny Depp playing in his very own movie, even though he's not in that movie. But if he was, Edward Scissorhands. He played tuba on Edward Scissorhands. And he has a secret identity called Doug Tornquist. Think about it, folks. Have you ever seen Doug Tornquist and Johnny Depp in the same room? They're in the same circles, but why aren't they in the same room? This show's a little bit silly if you haven't figured that out. I don't really have Johnny Depp as a guest on my program. I was kidding. I actually was kidding. I was kidding. So, but this is it. I'm back, so I'm here. I decided to plug in the stuff, turn on the cameras, do my OCD thing with all of my monitors. I have my monitors all over the place so I can look in any which way and see where I am and what camera I'm on. And the slider camera, I think I got it moving. Is this it? Yeah, it stopped right now, but it's gonna start moving on the robot at some point, or it might actually be dead. Oh, slider cam is dead. That was a bummer. That didn't last long. Of course, those batteries, I don't know. They've been in there for how long? I apologize for making such an absolutely bold, crazy claim that I was going to have Johnny Depp and Amber Heard on the Tubadylan show. They said they were going to come on, but when it really got down to it, she was sleeping, and my people have still not told me if Johnny's coming on or not. So we will wait and see if some point at the end he'll come on and just play a couple of toots, like just a quick excerpt, or maybe just a little bit of a Bardoni or the Coproche, couple measures, just in a loop kind of thing. And you guys can really see what Johnny can do, because that guy can play the tuba like it's nobody's business. He can play the tuba better than I know what camera to look at. I have so many cameras. This one? There we go. You also have to tap on it a certain way to make it change. Yeah. Let's go back to Amber Heard and see if she's listening or knows what's going on. Maybe she's waking up and we can get something out of her. Miss Heard? Miss Heard? Hey. Well, we do know she's breathing. We can see the breathing. We can see the breathing. Sorry, folks. We're not able to get her, and this camera that's usually on my robot stopped roboting. So we already have terrible disaster. Yet, I can check my other cameras and just see if they're doing stuff, if they're working. So let's switch to some other camera and just see if it's. This is an exciting time for me to hook these things back up and know that this ancient streaming technology that I pretty much invented actually works, and I can switch these cameras out and be in different places with you. I actually have 3 people listening, which is about 2 people more than my usual broadcast amount of people. Yeah, I usually have 1 person that listens. So the other 2, maybe the 3 of you can get together and become buddies and share Tuba stories. I think you should stay on together and become a trinity of Tuba Dylan live stream viewers. I think that would be excellent. Oh no, we're down to 1. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Okay. Miss Heard, do you have anything to comment about that? Oh, wow. This is serious, folks. You can tell, Mr. Power, I understand that you are the Trinity. I appreciate you being here. And now it's a 0. So, obviously, nobody wants to watch Miss Heard. Well, we're going to switch back to me. This camera, this robot, it has challenged me. This is my camera that I like to have on that slider robot, and it was sliding and it was working just a few minutes ago, but it just pittered out as fast as it could have. I think I just put a dead battery in it. So maybe I'll just go fix it while we're here. There's no one watching. I'm gonna go fix it. I'm gonna put new batteries in it. I'm gonna switch to the wide cam so you can see me. Miss Heard, we're gonna go back to Amber Heard real quick and just see if she wants to wake up and conduct the interview. Excuse me 1 second here. Hello? Amber Heard? Mrs. Depp? Mrs. Farmer Depp? We have some questions for you. I'm not kidding. Why is the slider on the wide camera not sliding? Okay, she doesn't seem to know. You really should know. Why is it not working? Music is brought to you by Epidemic Sound, my favorite streaming Swedish boogie music channel, I guess you could say. All right, we're gonna go fix that. You might be able to see me doing it. And yeah, here we go. So, first of all, I'm going to pull out those 2 old batteries. This is my studio here. There's nothing at all like this studio in the world. It is the most uniquely different music studio than all other music studios, or at least music studios that are within a few miles of here. It will kick any of their butts. And I also have several cameras that I can switch around to so I can talk to you. At this point, this device isn't working correctly. So I'm gonna take out these two Canon batteries. I was never a big fan of Canon, but when I got this device, this was your only choice. It's the only choice. Edelkrone, I still can't even plug this thing in. So I'm gonna go find new batteries. I haven't been in here for so long that these chargeable batteries have depleted. They've died. So should I charge these or try? Yeah, I guess so. These came out of here. They should have been charged, but I'll get some out of here. We'll see if these work. So I'm coming back. New, old, hopefully charged, not all the way charged, batteries for the robot. The robot's here. You can't see it because you're going to look at the back of my brain, or at least my head. Not much brain in there. Hear a little beep, you know that at least battery lasted more than absolute zero. There we go. And then we have a controller. We're controlling this. If you're watching, you know, say hi in the comments. When I get back, I'll say hi to you. Here's the controller. It's kind of like a video game controller, but not really at all like that. Press and hold to reset. Okay, so now I can pair this because it's, I think it works via Bluetooth, not totally sure, or Wi-Fi, something. So I connected to both. And then I can set this camera. It's moving, see? I don't know if you can see it. See how that's moving? I know you can see it. I can tell you can see it because I can see me right. Oh, ah. See that? Oh, it's me and then me. Ah, oh, no. Okay. This is getting really silly. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I can set this. I'm just going to push one, hold it in. Boom, set. And now I'm going to move it over to the other side. La 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 la. I don't know what's playing. I shouldn't sing because I don't know what you're hearing in your ears from the background chill music or whatever I got going down. Okay, so then just move it in a little bit there, maybe there, and then you can push the two buttons to loop it. Except that didn't work. Oh, it didn't set number 2. I see. Now they're set. Now they're looping. Okay, we'll see what happens. Going back. It was nice to see you guys over here. We don't usually come to this camera, but it might be something interesting. I'll look at it afterwards. Yeah, it's a very wide angle camera that has everything in focus, and it's sitting back here behind everything, which is the little robot. You can see the little robot. Right here, it's the robot. Yeah, the robot. Going back to the seat. I'm hoping that there's one person watching this. You just have no idea what you're seeing right here. This is actually live, and we're still waiting to hear from Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Separately, of course. They will not come on together. I've already discussed this, but they both play tuba and euphonium, and they would like to talk about that on the show, at least at some point. Oh, we still have like boogie house music going. How exciting. Let me check the whole mix because maybe nobody can even hear me. Oh, people are there. Okay. Yeah, you can probably hear me. Welcome, welcome. Dylan on a budget, 3 tubas and 2 mics. That's awesome. Guitar, bass, trumpet, sax, lots of instruments. Instruments are so fun to collect if you love doing music, obviously. Let's see here. Is it moving? Here we are on the slider cam and with my little ball there, and it's moving. Oh yeah, get dizzy right here. Oh, get dizzy with it. Oh yeah. No, this is good. We're on. I think you guys can hear me. I don't know if I love the background music, but we'll work on that. Nice, cool. You can hear. Well, cheers, cheers. My sake glass. We have a little sake. We don't usually have sake, but you know, just a little bit. It's very nice. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. It's cool to have a lot of instruments. So I came on to talk about this company that's totally scammed my likeness. Not that I have much of a likeness, other than I'm a weird dude who's been posting weird videos to YouTube for a long time. But they took footage from one of my videos and they're using it to promote their product as if I used their product. They even went as far as to have someone model putting their silver polish paste on one of these yellow Costco rags in the ad. So I did this video about how to shine a tuba, like how to polish a tuba, and talked about Howdy's silver polish spray, which is my favorite thing for silver polishing any kind of silver plated instrument because it's super easy. So I did a video on that. These guys have some sort of cheap polish that you can order online. I'm guessing it's like a cheap Chinese polish. It might work, whatever. I don't know. I don't know if it's good for your silver or what. For like 20 bucks. And I'm flipping through Facebook and I get tuba stuff on Facebook, like brass stuff all the time, because that's the stuff that I like. I like trumpet and trombone and tuba stuff. So this thing pops up on my feed and it says, like, whatever it says, like the best brass polish, restore your instrument at, you know, in minutes, right? And I'm just flipping through it and I saw me like, like, oh yeah, like, look at this. And it was like the yellow rag, but they showed before the shot of me was some guy, they even sort of tried to get his hand maybe to look like mine with one of these rags, and he's like putting the stuff on, and then they cut to my video of me using Haggerty's to shine up my big silver Yorkbrunner tuba. You know, you couldn't almost make it up that happened. Oh, it crashed. That's crazy. We're still on the air. My software just crashed, but I was just switching okay, there we go. I'm back on this camera. So yeah, you know, you can look it up or find me on Facebook. I posted about it, and there's links in the thread that like go to their website. They like use my likeness and they put my video in it, and they made it look like I'm shining my tuba with their product on their website, on their Facebook ads, like in their video. Yeah, the spray is the best. That spray is the best for all, like for silverware. If I was gonna like polish my silverware set, I've got 2 actual full silverware sets, you know, and I've never used them. But if I was gonna polish them, I would just spray them with that stuff. I mean, I'd wash them and then just rub the stuff off. It's the best stuff. Anyways, I don't endorse that product, and I kind of wonder, like, how many people have actually bought this? I have no idea. Like, you know, I would even think I would have some sort of legal recourse because I'm featured on their homepage and on their ads and everything as someone who shines. Show me just shining my tuba, but it's a total lie. You know, they stole my intellectual property. So we've contacted our lawyers. I have the same lawyers as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, as both. I got a few lawyers from each team, and we're gonna really go after this this company, this EZShine. It's a fake. I think it's a fake Chinese company. I don't know what they're selling, but it might very well be something similar to Haggerty's and some weird paste that they have. It also might be ripping off more silver than it should, right? I would never use a product like that unless I know lots of people have given it a thumbs up. And if you go to the page, they've got reviews and stuff. They probably could be made up. So, oh man, what a story. So that's that story. I just wanted to share that with the audience. Other stories, I haven't been playing much horn, which is sort of disappointing. Like I like to play my horns, but I've had a breathing problem since December, or even before that, if I really want to go back and think about it. And I didn't know what it was. My wife told me a billion times to go to the doctor and get it checked out. And I, like most stupid, stubborn men, just thought, well, my nose is clogged because I had COVID and it's long-term COVID. That's kind of what I thought. That because I did have COVID and I got very congested, way more than usual. And then after that, I really never regained any airflow in my left nostril. Like it's just clogged, stuffed. But maybe you can get maybe 5 or 10% of what should go through there. Once in a while, there's like it opens, there's like a tiny little path that somehow a little air goes through it. But really, it's completely stuffed. I went to the ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor, the otolaryngologist. For anyone watching who doesn't know, ear, nose, and throat doctor is an otolaryngologist. And they inspect your respiratory system. They look in your mouth, they look in your nose, they're experts at your ears. It's a very complex system. So there are tons of doctors that specialize in that because people are challenged with things, allergies, and people get injured in their face, and there's just so many intricate parts of the face. So it's a very serious profession. When I went there, I figured I didn't even go to my regular doctor at that point. I'd be like, oh, that's just been too many times, and I need to go to an ENT, which was a smart move because they had everything they needed there at their office to very firmly diagnose what I have. So that's not necessarily exciting, but I'm glad to have gotten diagnosed. And at least the good news is that it's most likely not cancer. The bad news is that I do have a large polyp that's back towards the back of my nose. It feels like literally someone has their finger stuck in my nose, but way back, and they just won't pop it out. Once in a while, they'll move it up a little bit, and you can kind of breathe in a tiny bit of air. But yeah, it's a polyp. They say it would, in my case, they could have tried to treat it with some steroids to shrink it, but it wouldn't go away. And the steroids aren't good for me. I'm already a big fat dude. I don't need steroids. Like it's really would be bad for me. Like I'm not the healthiest person, and the steroids would not be good. So I said, I don't want the steroids. And he goes, well, if I were you, I'd cut it out. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cut it out. So I'm going on Friday to have nasal surgery, where they put you all the way out and they go in there and they cut out that tumor in there, polyp, whatever you want to call it. It's just something growing that's blocked my whole nose. But it makes it hard to play. Like I didn't realize how much I actually breathe through my nose until my nose literally clogged. It's harder to sleep. It's harder to work, concentrate. I'm crankier. I don't know. It's like having a cold all the time, but you're not sick. But just that whole very stuffed feeling where you just can't breathe out of your nose when you have a cold. It's, you know, but having it all the time. So I finally realized that I'm an idiot and I should have gone to the doctor earlier because they could have repaired this earlier. But it is what it is. And I'm going to go this Friday, June 3rd, and get surgery on that left nostril. And looking forward to it. I'm supposed to play on Memorial Day. So I brought my music up here. I haven't looked at it yet. So I'm sight reading a concert. Sight reading, I mean, they gave me the music. But I haven't checked it yet. But this is like a whole full Memorial Day concert that I'm going to sight read here in Matthews, North Carolina, on Memorial Day in the morning. So Mr. Joe, I mean, I hear this is pretty easy stuff. So I'm going to look through it here with you just for fun. There's only one viewer. You'll feel way better. Oh, yeah. Dude, I don't know if you know about this surgery, my friend, but yeah, the doctor's like, dude, you've been living with this. You'll feel so much better. I've had this issue. Like, I'm a very stubborn, I'm really stubborn when it comes to like discomfort and my health. Like, I feel like I can live with things for too long. And I'm sort of getting over that as I get older. I'm, you know, hopefully getting a little bit wiser when it comes to those kind of things. But still, like, for my carpal tunnel surgery, I waited. The surgery's been around for longer than I had it for 20 years. The surgery was around before I got it. And I just never did it. And when I did it, man, I thought, oh, if I had only done it way earlier, because my hands were relieved of their terrible situation that they were in, you know. But I lived with that for forever since I damaged my hands like a total idiot when I was, I don't know how old was I when I did that? Like 22 or something like that. Yeah, I think I'll feel better. Mr. Joe, that looks like looks pretty easy. Be Still My Soul, it's just whole notes, half notes, and some quarter notes. Brother James Eyre. Oh, it looks nice. It looks actually like nice music. Also just quarter notes. A patriotic festival. There we go. Some eighth notes. Whoa, tuba players, look at this challenge. We have eighth notes here. Eighth notes here. Believe it or not, there's even syncopation. This is trouble. If I get my face out of the way, you can probably see it. That's what I have to do, right there. Oh, syncopation. Okay. I even have a camera for this. I could, you know what? Why do you need to be looking at me? But let's try this. Let's try this. I'm practicing to get this right in this room. Wait, quickly, we are going to Amber Heard. We hear that she may have moved, shifted. She may have shifted. She shifted her head. This Heard has shifted her head, and we're still waiting if she'll wake up. She had a long day, took lots of uppers, and so right now she's just resting. We think that she'll be okay, but we're not totally sure. So now we're going to go to this close-up. I built this so that maybe I could actually go through this with people. So if I do it like that, then it's, yeah. So maybe if I kind of move over and go through this music, you can kind of see it. Yeah, look at this. Okay. Back again. You can kind of see it, right? That's kind of cool. Yeah, all right. It's like you're looking over my shoulder. You probably can't see it super well, but maybe we can both see it right there. There we go. So yeah, okay, let's start again. Patriotic, I can't even read. I think I messed up the order, which was bad. Echo. Oh, let me fix that. Thank you. Yes, I know what that is. Okay, I switched to that camera and that mic was on. Now it shouldn't be echoing. This looks correct. Let me check the final. It probably went down to 0 for 1 second. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, and we still have some mellow mood music going. Some electronic. I'm going to switch it up. Let's go to genres, moods, dreamy. Okay, we're mixing it up. Let's see if that plays. Well, I think I hit stop. See if that plays. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this was the one I was like, oh, look at that, 8th notes. Oh no. So I'm going to be sight reading this music outside at the Memorial Day concert. I did it last year, same thing. I missed the concert. I mean the rehearsal. They typically have rehearsals for these Monday concerts on Saturdays. And Saturday's the Sabbath, and I do not go to rehearsals or do work on the Sabbath. To the very best of my ability, I don't do that, or even play any gigs on the Sabbath. Anyway, a patriotic festival. That looks pretty fun. This one was Mr. Joe. Okay, so this was the first one. So this one, I think this one was after Brother Joe. I'm going to put this back where it should be. Look at this, they wrote my name on it. That makes me feel pretty special. That must be a split part or something. So Mr. Joe, and that's great because the guy I play with is named Tuba Joe. The guy who plays in the band with me, who plays tuba. Be Still My Soul. Very nice. And Brother James there, those look like real nice, easy, pretties. This one, Moderate with Spirit. Some 8th notes, like we said. Oh, some triplets. Wow. God Bless the USA. Okay, I think that's the that Western tune, actually, but I'm not totally sure. This looks like a bass part, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, it makes sense. So this is like country Western. At least it looks like a bass, just regular bass part. Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. These are your typical easy tuba parts for like middle school band kind of stuff. Summit March, Harold Bennett. Now this is a little challenging just because they fit so much onto one page. It's just kind of small for my old eyes to see it, you know. Bum, 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 bum. Simple enough. March of the Irish Guard. U.S. Forces Service Medley. Oh, that's a good one because they usually have the men stand up. So when you hear yours, like the Navy, they'll hear Anchors Aweigh, where the Marines will hear the Marine hymn, the Air Force will hear their hymn, Semper Paratus or whatever. Even the Coast Guard has one. And then they all stand up, and when it plays, they stand up and everyone cheers for them. It's pretty cool, you know. America Exultant March by Henry Fillmore. Yeah, it looks like a easy tuba part. Amazing Grace. That's nice. There's probably more arrangements of that than almost every song, if you really think about it. Guadalcanal March. Is that what Guadalcanal March. Didn't say that right. By Richard Rogers. James Cornell. So this is good composer and good arranger, at least for like easy band. So that's pretty cool. That'll be good. The Ash Grove Fantasy. So I haven't seen a few of these, but yeah. So I could sight read all this. I probably miss like 2 or 3 notes. Echoing Now. I don't think it's echoing now. Now. And hey, if you guys don't know about this, I'll show you something cool that I learned from my community bandmates. You probably know about this. See these plastic things? So if you're playing outside and it's windy, you just sit these on your stand and put them on top of your music and it really won't blow away, and you can see through it. There's glare. I mean, it has its own issues, but if you're in like, for this concert, we're playing in sort of a made-up orchestra pit that's below a, a decent-sized town outdoor stage amphitheater kind of thing at a park. Yeah, so there's just one level of stage outdoors. I mean, it's covered and has lights, and it's go back over here. It's covered, it has lights and all that, and but they fit a lot of people on the stage. We're below the stage, but really on the ground level. Like, that's the level where you see kids like playing below the stage on the cement. Like, that's where they put our little band right there, and then the whole grassy knoll out to there's some like war memorials in this actual park, so it goes way out to where those memorials are. It's a really nice small town downtown. It's called Matthews, North Carolina. That's my town now, my kids' town. But anyway, yeah, so I was thinking about what horn to play for that. Last year I brought my Miraphone Bruckner, which is my favorite tuba, and that's sort of the go-to. I was slightly nervous because I did have to set it down bell on concrete, and I know it got a little scraped up a little bit, like the lacquer. Now, I'm not a huge stickler for like, oh, the lacquer's got to always stay 100%. That's not the hugest thing for me. Not a big deal. I just like my horns to play well. I don't care so much about how they look. But one thing about the Miraphone is that it does take a lot of air. That horn has a larger bore than my York burner tuba. I mean, it takes the most air of all of my horns. But it does sound great. It's super easy to play, especially in the low register. And that's why I want to take a look at this music just really quick too. Because I was kind of thinking that I would bring the Eastman for this, the 632, the Chinese do-it-all kind of small bore, huge bell tuba. It almost seems to me like a perfect. I thought about it last year and I thought, yeah, it might be cool to have the Eastman here because the bell is right by your head and you can really hear yourself more than with the Miraphone. So for an outdoor gig, I've thought that might be better. You can get a round bath mat. A round bath mat. For what? What do you use a round bath mat for? You stick it on your music, just over it, and then you just have to use your invisible vision, like your see-through superpower vision, to see through the bath mat to your music so it won't blow away. As long as you can see through it with x-ray vision, then you're all set. Sister uses it on the floor. Oh, a bath mat to set your I have bath mats. This has been the most profitable live stream of all time. That is such a great idea. Thank you. That makes total sense. Oh, so maybe I will bring the Miraphone just because it's downstairs right now. That's like, and it's packed in its case and everything ready to go. That would protect the bell. Yeah, I stuck it like right. Well, I think I might have put it on my, like I've got these towels in my. I probably have 1 or 2 towels. I might have put it on the towels last year. No, I think I put it on the cement. I think I did because I think the ground was kind of shaky and yeah. Because we play for like half an hour before the ceremony. Then they have a full-on Memorial Day ceremony. Like they shoot some guns and they have speakers, like the mayor speaks or some politicians speak. And this town is a sort of down home. It's like a suburb of Charlotte. So it's, I want to say, a rather conservative part of the country. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a Trump rally or anything like that, but it's going to be full of veterans of foreign U.S. wars. Like they really come out and they wear what their part, or they wear a hat that identifies who they are. And I respect them tremendously. Both my grandfathers were World War II veterans, and one of my great-grandfathers was World War I, going back Civil War, going back way back to Revolutionary War in my family. So even though I have not served in the military other than playing music in certain events that I've done, I just have infinite respect for those people for putting their lives on the line for my freedom, where I have lived a relatively wonderfully free life here in this country. There's no other place that I would have wanted to live life. And the fact that I came into being amongst all these billions of people and happened to be here in America was just a tremendous blessing. And it's, you know, it is partly because of these veterans that like gave up their lives and or, you know, went and fought. And if you really think about it, you fight in a war, your whole life will always be changed and affected in just huge, incredible, drastic ways. Probably good in some ways because you live a life experience that's so far beyond most people to have battled in a war. And of course, in a lot of ways, very bad. These men have to deal with that their whole lives. So I love them and I respect them, and to play tuba for them for one day is just so, it's like such an honor. So even though I can't breathe and I haven't been playing any of my horns, I'm gonna just like tough it out. But like I'm thinking, I'm not gonna bring, I'm thinking about bringing a smaller horn just so that I play a little bit less. Like if I bring that Miraphone Bruckner, I'm gonna be huffing and puffing. I mean that's a wonderful, wonderful horn. It's easy to play. And like all the registers and all the intonation, everything's just so right on that horn. And it sounds so good. You know. Hey, well, I'm Mr. King, but Andrew Lindsay, but that's okay. Sir, that's good. You got it right. I see that. That's awesome. Okay. That kind of thing happens, you know. That's good. There is a Mrs. King, and she's an absolutely gorgeous, wonderful woman, and that is my wife. So I always picture it on my presentations here. So her name is Modern Minimal Mini. And let me kind of spell that out for you. Modern, like new, modern, underscore. This is Instagram here. Modern underscore minimal underscore mini, like Minnie Mouse. M-I-N-N-I-E. Modern Minimal Mini. Check out Instagram and go to Modern Minimal Mini, and you'll see all the really cool fashion pictures that my wife does. I do it too, because I'm like behind the scenes doing the pictures most of the time. But go there. But what was I talking about? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to play Memorial Day, and I'm excited about it. I love the veterans. I love America. I love having a tiny little chance to serve. Oh, I was discussing like tuba talk. So getting all the way back to, I'm playing on some cement in the open sun. It could rain literally on Memorial Day with a band. And I think I'm going to have my partner Tuba Joe in the Matthews Concert Band with me, and he's just a good friend and a wonderful, wonderful, great tuba player. And he struggles with health things too. Like, this is the concert band. A lot of us are like not in our prime playing shape. And Joe always sounds great, but he's had braces. Maybe he'll have his braces off, but he's had braces for a while, and he still has them. And he says like it's, and I mean like if I know if I had braces, it would be crazy, it'd be hard to play. My daughter has braces and plays trumpet, and it, she like works through it because she's got such a good ear and everything. But it's hard. Like before she had the braces, she was whizzing around on that trumpet, and then she got the braces and she had to readjust her embouchure and kind of deal with it. Anyway, so Tuba Joe's playing with me as far as I know. Last year I did the concert all by myself, And it turned out great. I mean, we really enjoyed it, and the band played really well. And I sight read that one sight unseen, like I didn't even get the music. This time I have the music a few days before. So I'm going to look at that music. I think I'm going to bring the Eastman. The Eastman's a little bit heavier, but I don't really care about sticking that big pancake bell down, and I know it's not going to get knocked over. And to me, it actually, this sounds crazy, but it's based more off of an American design. It's kind of based off of the that Getzen Canadian brass tuba, very loosely, but I think that's maybe where it kind of comes from. Kahn had, it's based on the American tubas of the past, the 632 Eastman, and it has that huge pancake bell that's like right there by your head while you're playing. And I think that will give me some more feedback, being that I'm outdoors. I think it'll be a fun experiment to bring that different horn. And that horn plays pretty well in tune once you get the slides to the right place. It takes a little bit of adjustment, and for some reason you want to pull out that tuning slide a little flatter than I would think that I would like. Like if I was the maker of that tuba, I'd be like, you probably don't have to make that tuning slide so long, like you can but that's how they have it. And so I pull that tuning slide out. Whereas the Miraphone, you pull the tuning slide out up to me like about where you'd almost just guess it just by looking at the horn, like this much, like just like that much. The Eastman's like that much. You know, there's still lots of room though, so. But you almost feel like you're, oh man, I'm like risking going flat. You don't want to go flat. You never want to go flat. Anyway, no one's watching now. We got one viewer back. We're sitting here. We're having a few sips of sake and talking about tubas here on the Tuba Dylan Show. Haven't been on for a while. I was sharing that I'm going to get surgery on Friday on a large polyp that's in my left nostril that has basically kept me from being able to breathe out of that nostril for at least 6 months. But over the last month or two, it's been almost completely stuffed. It's kind of been building up, probably over years according to the doctor. But from my noticing it, somewhere in the year to 6 months, it's sort of been slowly closing and getting worse. And I've had several sinus infections on that side as a result of this polyp or tumor. And it's really become bothersome. So they're going to put me under, and they're going to stick a camera up my nose, and they're going to stick this sort of suction, little mini chainsaw suction thing. And it literally has like this little tiny saw, and it's at the tip of a tube, and it goes in and it just sucks the tumor as it cuts. It sucks it through a thing and out, down, whatever. I'm into this kind of thing because I have a family full of doctors, and I was told early on I couldn't be a doctor, but I kind of wanted to be a doctor at one point. But my color blindness is so bad that there was no way I could ever become a doctor, I was told by just about everyone, because to be able to know when something's wrong with someone, or if you're doing surgery or whatever, you've got to be able to tell the difference of different colors. And I have been terribly challenged with that skill. Not quite to the point of being a black and white vision person, but terribly challenged with it. And I've even, I have the new Enchroma glasses, and they have changed my life as far as my color, but I still don't have color vision anywhere close to the rest of my family, even wearing the glasses. But wearing the glasses it blew my mind. It's one of my best videos as far as people watching it on YouTube. If you search Tuba Dylan colorblind glasses, when I first put them on, wow, that was just a whole moment. That's why my glasses are like this weird tint and all that, because these correct my color blindness. Why did I relate that to the tumor in my nose? Does anyone know what's going on here? Let's see. Is there still music playing? Let me just check that. Yeah, I kind of like it. Okay, I'm good with that. Okay. I'm just going on here, but why not? It's the Tuba Dylan show. Oh yeah, okay. So I did promise everyone here on my show that I was going to have a special interview with, believe it or not, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, both friends of mine through the tuba community. Amber, well-known euphonium player, and of course Johnny, everyone knows he plays tuba in the soundtracks of all of his movies. I was going to have them on tonight, but we've only been able to get in touch with Amber. Johnny is not taking any calls, even though he usually takes my calls, especially if I call him late at night. He knows that it's probably something serious, and he'll answer it. You know, this is very late at night. Even for Johnny, this is late at night. But he has not answered. But we do have Amber Heard on the line. She answered, and she's on video here. But we haven't been able to literally get through to her. But let's just see if she's she passed out. But honestly, she passed out. But we're gonna cut to her and just see what's going on. Amber, Miss Heard, we have been waiting to interview you about your euphonium. Hello, Miss Heard. So, I mean, I think she can hear. You see that she has those large black earphones. See those large black earphones she has on there? She's ready for the interview. Miss Heard has these large black earphones there. I think I see her eyes moving. They're moving. Yeah. We have your purse if you need it. We know you have tissues and whatever you need in there. Maybe that will make you come on. Nah, I don't think she's going to come on. I've been trying to get her to come on. All right. Well, that's not looking good. I thought she was going to come on. Come on, Miss Heard. You can do it. Hey, look, Miss Heard, if you come on, I might be able to get you a date with maybe a different movie star. Not kidding. You there, ma'am? It's not looking good, guys. This is not looking good. But my robot's still rolling, and it's still moving. We fixed the robot cam somewhat. It's not doing the turny thing. It's doing the back and forth thing. But we fixed that earlier on in this program. And if you're just tuning in, you missed out on just absolutely enthralling behind the scenes camera and technology repair. Live, like we do it live here. I can answer your questions about not just tubas, but if you're into sound recording or if you're into videography, editing, even computers, I'm ready for you. I like to interact with my audience. So if you have a question about anything, I'll probably go on for 2 hours about it. But that's not why we're here. We're waiting for the interview with Amber Heard, Miss Heard, and if we can get Johnny in here, of course, I will stop what we're doing, or even if we're talking about, some really deep tuba topic like mouthpiece depth in its relation to contrabass and versus bass tubas. If we were talking about something like that, I would break through to let Johnny call in, because we really do want to hear from him, because we keep getting Amber here, but she won't say a word. Miss Heard, hello? Miss Heard, please wake up. We want to ask you a few questions now that the trial's kind of waiting the verdict. We want to hear what you have to say about these things. Oh, it's terrible. And we do want her to play euphonium for us. How long have I been on? Oh, just about an hour. This is time. It's time to pop off. It's time to pop off. Once and for all, this has been Tuba Dylan. I love all of you. This is just a TV show. It's done tongue-in-cheek. The things that I talk about, they're meant to be jokes. I don't mean to poke serious fun, or do I really have an opinion on this or that. I do think that our world is headed towards terrible devastation and disaster. Also our nation. And I think a little bit of lighthearted awayism is why people go to YouTube to watch some fat dude talking about the tuba, pretending that he's going to interview people. But anyway, that's all I had to talk about. I'm having surgery Friday. I haven't been on here on YouTube for a while, like for a while. So it's been a while. Did I say for a while? It's been a long while. And I don't know, I kind of like doing it. Like, I think if I went on every week, or let's say every day, every day, well, I've got a busy life, you know. I've got a job that I care about, that I work really hard at, lots of hours, so that takes away a lot. And then I'm completely involved with my wife and my children. So to come in here and talk about tubas, or to play, you know, just for me, an exciting event is playing a Memorial Day concert. That's where I'm at with my tuba playing. My career, you know, changed. Thanks, man. Yeah, well, I think the surgery will go well. I'll come in with an update. I might even go on here again before the surgery. I think that would be fun. I really do enjoy doing it. It gives me a chance to talk to, even if it's just the camera, I can kind of be a dork, you know? So when I'm just around my house and my hot wife, like I gotta keep up some amount of appearances. Like, I can't talk about whatever I want. But on YouTube, as long as I don't get political, and I'm not into cursing anyway, so I'm not worried about that, I think I'm good to go. I think I can come out here and chit-chatty wit-chat with all of you out there on the YouTube land once in a while when I feel like it, from this cool studio here. Like, I dig it. I dig you. I like talking to you. Whoever comes in, I really enjoy it. And I love talking about gear and thinking about it and trying it out. And do I have time to do a bunch of review videos anytime soon? Well, probably not, because I'm finishing a film and I have to go get surgery. That's a lot. And then I actually think I'm going to go on vacation. I think I have to, because family already planned it out. So, you know, life gets busy. So pray for this country. Have forgiveness for people, but also be courageous in your life. If you encounter a difficult situation, think fast and try to do the best thing you possibly can for the people there, whether you know them or you don't. And seek God and seek His Son, Jesus Christ, who is the true Messiah and the true Savior of the universe. I won't preach to you any more than that, but you will find Him if you seek Him. And I love all of you. Thank you for watching. I know there's only 2 people now, but it means a lot to come back on here and turn on all the machines and know that it actually still works. Like, within 20 minutes, I got this stuff up and running. Who knew? Who knew I could still do it? I mean, this studio is absolutely insane. The amount of things that I have hooked up here and how they work are absolutely insane. Misheard, last chance. It's your last chance. Look. I'm going to come over there and wake you up. Nobody even knows that you're real because you look like you're dead. What if I do this? Come on, Miss Bird. Come on. Hey. What? What?